In 2016, Cellbit exposed some of the outrageous events occurring in the Minecraft community through a video. Most included stories with gore, nudity, and sensitive topics, some involving minors. At that time, almost anything you posted would get monetized, since the platform's policies were very different. That only started to change the following year after the infamous Adpocalypse, when companies began to boycott YouTube en masse. However, now in 2024, almost 2025, it seems like things haven't changed much. Consistency, quality, innovation, and networking take time and can be tedious. To achieve rapid success, follow the proven methods used by people throughout history. A lot of naked people, blood, and constant promotion of betting sites. Indeed, Cellbit's 2016 cleanup helped, but the community still has work to do to fully address the issue. First, it's important to clarify that this video will deal with a series of sensitive topics, so if you don't feel comfortable, it's better to close the video. It's worth noting that if I wanted to expose every piece of suggestive Minecraft content, I'd have to make this a weekly series. Trust me, there's significantly more than what you'll see here. I could mention the animations with Alex in only underwear in the thumbnail. However, there are much more interesting things than suggestive photos of Alex. I decided to focus on channels with voice and face that go beyond Minecraft 18+ animations. One of the biggest representatives of this scene is a creator named Mambo Didi Gundi. Reviewing his channel's posts reveals content similar to what was criticized in 2016. Emily Vick lost everything in a single Minecraft block. The thumbnail depicts her naked. But of course it doesn't end there. Emily Vick, Void, and Leozin without clothes got stuck in a bottle and this happened. And now there are already 3 naked friends side by side, and if you thought that. It captivated audiences not only through puberty but also with shock, blood, violence, and tragedy. Everything parents would love for their kids to watch. Quote, "Who killed Emily Vick in Minecraft?" And well, the thumbnail, as you can imagine, shows Emily Vick all covered in blood with the sword stuck in her abdomen. Did I scare you enough? No? Then get ready for this shock. The Roses had a very serious plane crash and this happened in Minecraft. The thumbnail displays a pink plane with a crushed nose and several injured, bleeding victims. At first, I thought that was the issue. I thought that, like in 2016, the group called the Pinks, consisting of unknown people like Void, Leozin, and Emily Vick, who doesn't seem to like wearing clothes, was just an alliance of YouTubers creating flashy content without much substance. That was my initial impression, but after watching the videos, I noticed something odd. Let's review the clips I mentioned in order, try to identify any issues with them.
Hey, what are you doing naked in front of me, without any clothes? Hey! This is Emily Vick, but then what's this? Guys, you're not wearing any clothes! Oh no, no way, it was the potion. It was supposed to wake you up and leave you without clothes. Hold on, there's someone there. Cool. Emily Vick, the YouTuber. Yeah, that's her. And the pink groups, right? Look over there. It's all... Be brave, see? Oh, no. Look over there. Robson. Wait! My God. Officer, get back! What do you mean, get back? Can't you see the cops are all on the ground over there?
Did you notice anything strange? None of them talk, not Emily Vick, Leozin, Void, or the rest of the cops. I discovered that this group is an influencer house, and they're called that because all members dye their hair pink. And now, the really shocking information is that none of them make Minecraft content. In other words, this guy isn't just sexualizing a children's game for a child audience. He's sexualizing real people, putting them into the game through skins on NPCs or even other players. He even puts Emily Vick's face in the thumbnails where her Minecraft character appears naked precisely to attract her audience to his channel with this kind of bait. He went too far, causing countless issues that are difficult to enumerate. And if you thought that things only got worse in terms of sex in Minecraft since 2016, I'm sorry to tell you that you're wrong again. Do you remember those videos with clickbait endings and full of gore that Cellbit exposed? Yeah, it was bizarre, but he even pointed out that the problem back then wasn't the content of the video itself, but rather the way the content was shown on the thumbnail. The stories were usually made up of generic gameplay, while the thumbnails were completely bizarre. It appears that the video thumbnails remain bizarre in today's uploads. For instance, this YouTuber with nearly 9 million subscribers and a largely child audience draws kids' clicks differently, trolling villagers in the worst ways in Minecraft. He created 2 thumbnails for this content. The first depicts a villager sliced by a bloody grinder. The second one shows a tied up villager, a bloody axe, and psychopathic expressions. If you want more, there's plenty, like saving Fulano in Minecraft. And we have our protagonist completely dismembered in a pool of blood and with a series of exposed fractures. Are you having fun? Pedro Henrique, who just turned 6 years old. That's right, it's not over yet. I scared my friend with // draw in Minecraft. And we see a severely injured man hanging from a gallows. Man, can you imagine an episode of Peppa Pig or Masha and the Bear where one of the characters appears hanged? Yeah, it doesn't seem ideal for a 4, 5, or 6-year-old child. Well, what's curious is that most players in the community probably don't know that this kind of content exists, since it's usually recommended only for children. Don't be surprised that I said things have gotten worse since 2016. That's the fact I was referring to. Now, some of those bizarre scenes we saw in thumbnails also appear in the videos, so it's no longer just simple clickbait.
I just have to come right here to the end of the treadmill, and now it's putting it here in the middle. Before I reveal the number of pieces it shattered into, I'd like to hear your thoughts. Comment below how many pieces you think this villager will break into as he goes through the treadmill. Look, he broke into several pieces. There were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the coolest part is that I can break this villager here and take him wherever I want.
Gentlemen, this is art. I had to rewatch this part about 4 times to believe what I was seeing. Everything seems to have been built as a satire or a parody. He asks viewers to guess how many pieces the villager will be cut into, with the slicing synchronized to the music drop. It's unbelievable. He's simply the children's Homelander. He's not like all of us. He's the real hero. The videos, despite their quality and established history, contain disturbingly inappropriate content for their target audience of young children aged 4 to 5 years old. And there's more to come. Let's preview what the upcoming videos have in store for us.
But wait, did you really get hurt? Stop joking around. Ouch, Kai, I'm not feeling very well. Here on my right, it's showing that I only have 20 minutes left to live. You need to save me.
The dismemberment is real. I wonder if Mrs. Rosa knows that this is the kind of content her son has been watching. I'm happy to inform you. Well, but at least that hanged body in the thumbnail must just be clickbait, otherwise our Captain Patria would be considered the Logan Paul for kids. There's no way that could be real, right? No, hold on, wait a second.
I'm going to come here now and paint Naru as if he were hanged. I need to make his head here, then I pull a rope up and tie it around his neck, and Naru is calling me again. I'm not even going to pay attention to him. And I'm going to make it look like there's a wooden log going behind Naru, and I'll make his face look like he's really being hanged. He'll even have his tongue sticking out. Now let me finish and do a / activate. Ah, that's that thing way behind me. Oh wait, where am I? Where am I? Wow, Naru just died because of my drawing.
No further comments. It's almost impossible to believe that this scene would be shown in a children's cartoon on any network or something like that. It's time to rethink these questionable themes as they go way beyond what's acceptable. Content reaching millions of kids can eventually lead to problems. Is it possible for anything to be worse than exposing 5-year-old children to the sexualization of public figures, unprecedented tragedies, torture of villagers, and horrible deaths? I'm telling you, yes, 5-year-old children literally wetting the bed because they watched a horror video on their favorite Minecraft channel. Now let's discuss another creator with nearly 10 million subscribers, arguably the biggest sensation among children. Recently, he sparked controversy by adapting horror stories that frighten even adults into his own videos. It got to a point where his own subscribers started begging him to stop making this kind of content because they were really scared. One of the most recent examples is from the video 10 More Turma do Beltrano versus the Boiled One. In this content, the creator adapts a creature from an alternate reality game unsuitable for those under 16 into Minecraft. And the thing is, this so-called Boiled One is described on the Villains Wiki as a mysterious demonic entity. And it's funny that the title says 10+, but at the beginning of the video it literally shows that it's suitable for all audiences. The story seems inconsistent as this type of character and alternate reality game may not be suitable for children. If in Minecraft itself, as you'll see, they already get scared, then imagine if they decide to look up this kind of creepypasta. Most top comments criticize the content choice. Let's examine one of them. My 5-year-old cousin loves your channel and always watches all your videos. The other day, when it was just me and him at home, he was watching your channel on the living room television. Suddenly, he rushed into my room in tears, completely terrified because he saw a monster in your video. When I went to watch the video, he mentioned I came across this and I was very disappointed. He's been unable to sleep for 3 days, leaving him exhausted and in need of company. This video possibly ruined my cousin's childhood. I can relate as when I was 4, I saw a creepypasta image that left me sleepless for 5 months. Anyway, I'm not trained in pedagogy or psychology, but I'm sure the problem goes much deeper. There's a reason why these things aren't meant for children. And anyway, even if you're not scared, we can think, for example, about autistic children who are much more likely to experience trauma. The true severity and impact of this issue are unknown. While parents are responsible for their children's media consumption, creating numerous foolish videos can have consequences. Suddenly you introduce creepy pastas, making it complicated. Other YouTubers have already covered this topic, questioning the necessity of exposing children to this, but apparently no changes have been made. The creator hasn't commented yet. Minecraft attracts both kids and money, but with some common sense, it's possible to rethink a few things and get the best of both worlds. Speaking of money, we've reached another interesting topic. What could be worse than 5-year-old kids being exposed to the sexualization of public figures, unprecedented tragedies, villager torture, horrible deaths, and horror videos? Well, I'll tell you, kids taking their dad's credit card and bankrupting their own families on Tigrinho. I know, it sounds like a joke, but listen carefully. No, some channels switch between Minecraft videos and streams that promote gambling to kids on Tigrinho. And I know that's a sequence of words that's hard to imagine in the same sentence, but it's true. As I write this, a YouTuber with nearly 3 million subscribers who posted his last Minecraft video a week ago is currently live streaming on the platform, and they're not small channels either. The stream, titled Tigrinho Live, New Platform Paying, Fortune Tiger Strategy, has over 13 viewers, including Tigrinho and others. Both recently successful YouTubers and legendary creators from the past still reach a sizable audience. And I don't think that's necessarily a problem, but from the moment you see families spending all their money on this, you have to stop and realize that your country and the kids aren't ready for this kind of entertainment. You profit from others' financial losses. This can lead to gambling addiction. It's undeniable that Minecraft is a game primarily targeted towards a younger audience, and there's no coherent argument against this fact. In 2016, Selbit's expose about the produced content shook the internet, making us believe this issue had been resolved. But in the end, money always speaks louder, and things actually got worse in practically every area that had been criticized. There are numerous additional problems and creators involved beyond what I mentioned. The behind-the-scenes situation is laughable. The most beautiful people do the ugliest things. My intention with this video is not to start any kind of witch hunt. It's just a constructive discussion that can improve the community. This type of content is inappropriate for 4-year-olds. Modifying the content would resolve the issue. Creators have made, make, and will continue to make mistakes, but the key is to avoid repeating the same ones.